how much is that going to cost Treasury?
Well, first of all, what I would say is that wasn't a surprise to Treasury. It had been heavily trailed, and you'd seen Germany do a similar thing a month or so ago. And the local hospitality sector, which has been struggling in this crisis, has been lobbying for a similar thing to happen here. So we were anticipating this change in the UK, and which we are following, and hopefully that will give a boost to the hospitality sector, which has been through some quite difficult times. In terms of exactly how much that will cost, I'm not going to be drawn on the amount, but what I can tell you is it's eminently manageable. Treasury has been modelling a number of different outcomes in terms of the exchequer income that comes in from a variety of different sources. So VAT is just one of a number of lines of income which the Treasury has. And the Treasury Minister will be giving a financial update the week after next. And he would explain, actually, that relatively speaking, we're in a pretty good position. And I think it's helped that our situation was relatively strong going into this crisis. We had high levels of reserves, and the economy was in reasonable shape. Clearly, we have some challenges, but actually they're manageable. And
well, on those reserves, then, is there any update on how much we're spending? It was an estimated 30 million a month, wasn't it?
So the Treasury Minister will provide a full update. As I say, it's just a week after next. I think it'd be wrong for me to effectively anticipate that update. But what I can tell you is we've got a firm handle on all of those situations in terms of our financial position, with our reserves, with the income that's coming in, and we've modelled a number of different scenarios. It might be some time before we understand the full impact of the crises. And we do have a full budget in February. So Treasury has been working very closely with the Department of Enterprise and also the private sector, doing a number of surveys, trying to understand the impact on businesses and also households. And we'll be bringing forward, so the Treasury Minister will bring forward a number of policy for proposals for in the financial update, and so it won't just be one thing. There'll be a number of announcements which together I believe will be a really good package which will help us manage through the next 6 to 9 months, and that is going to be a critical time for us. But as I say, I'm very, very confident that we are managing this in a sensible way, and we need to get the economy back going. And that's a key priority for us.
You said you have a handle on it, you're confident it's being managed. We have experienced healthy reserves for a prolonged period of time on the Isle of Man. We've been in a very lucky position in that regard. Whilst you can't be drawn on figures, you can then say we're not running out. There's no concern.
Let me be absolutely clear: we're nowhere near running out. You know, if you look at our reserves, we've actually held up really well throughout this period. I think our approach of a diversified investment strategy across a number of professional managers has helped us. We also anticipated some of the outcomes that we're now seeing. So we're holding a relatively high proportion of reserves in cash, which has helped. So we're still in the region of 1.5 billion of reserves. So let me be absolutely clear: there is no danger whatsoever of us running out. And what we're doing is we are taking a medium and long-term view. But ultimately, that's why we have reserves. Reserves are for a rainy day. And what has been very helpful for us is that we've gone into this rainy day in a good position.